This is what snow is like.
Today we are going to the Mall of America, which is one of the biggest malls in the world. 15,000 parking spaces here. So we've been walking around for a few minutes now. Everything seems to be operating and open as normal. This is the start to our base.
How satisfying it is. So it's time to cut this thing. Get ready for the first cut.
Good morning from Minnesota. We are enjoying some smoothie bowls.
And some lattes, as always.
Yes. We look out the window. What did we see?
Take a look at this. It is snowing all over the place. Wow. Large snowflakes. This is what snow is like. You can catch the snowflakes. There are like 50 on there, and then they melt pretty quickly. But not on my hair. Wow. Oh, in my eye. Whew. Look how it looks when you're facing it.
You have snow in your hair.
It is cold. That is crazy. It was hot and sunny a couple days ago, and now back. How does that happen? And the trees were all red and yellow and orange like you saw, and now all of that is gone. So it's just lifeless.
Can you handle Minnesota?
I like it. Okay, we just finished up our bowls and just about to finish up our morning coffee. And Lindsay's taking me somewhere pretty cool.
Yes, today we are going to the Mall of America, which is one of the biggest malls in the world. And it's during COVID, so that should be really interesting. We don't know what to expect at all. This mall is huge. There's rides inside of it, tons of restaurants. It's like 3 different levels. It's so big that a lot of times I don't even like to shop there because it's hard to find the store that you want.
All right, we're in the car and we're going to Mall of America. Pretty excited to see what it's like. We're not sure what it's gonna be like during COVID or if everything's gonna be open, so it might just be a shade of what it usually is.
We have no idea what to really expect. We haven't researched it to see what's actually open, what's not, but there's some pretty interesting stores at this mall, so hopefully some of them are open. And it's a Saturday, so usually that would be the busiest day to go to the Mall of America, so we'll see what it's like.
So, like we said, one of the biggest malls in the world.
Yeah.
So, malls aren't always very exciting, but this one should be.
It's a special one.
All of America. Parking. This is the biggest parking lot you'll probably ever see.
There's an east lot, a west lot, a north lot, and a south lot.
Wow.
And they're all huge.
I bet there are like 10,000 spaces.
Kind of
It's
like
like
10,000 lakes.
10 floors, 10,000 lakes in the state of Minnesota, 10,000 parking spots at the Mall of America. And we just found a parking spot, just like that.
I'm good. It was
the
only a
fun
minute.
begin.
Stop, Mom. You're either here or you're not. You can't be halfway.
Hello.
So we found a parking spot in 1 minute. We got lucky because it said this lot was full, and it looks a lot more busy than I thought it was going to be.
10,000 spaces, and Lindsay thought we wouldn't find a
You
spot.
don't know it's
That's
10,000.
crazy.
Did you look that fact up?
Nope. It's just a guess, but it's a educated guess.
Let's see. I'm gonna look it up. I'm fact checking Alex right now. 15,000. Hey, you weren't too far off.
Wow.
15,000 parking spaces here.
Holy.
We got our Peruvian masks.
Damn right.
So there are so many spots in this parking lot we had to take a picture of where we parked so we could remember how to get back.
We don't want to get lost.
Now that's a big lot.
Virtual assistant who's taking pictures of where we parked.
Some crazy ladies following us.
Bye. You're creepy.
First stop. Or not.
So far, there's a lot of people and a lot of masks, but we haven't seen any Peruvian masks yet.
Minnesota. So if you want some Minnesota merch from where Lindsay's from, look at this.
So we've been walking around for a few minutes now. Everything seems to be operating and open as normal.
A lot of people. And we just looked it up. There are 520 stores here.
Over 520.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
And we've barely gotten through any of it yet. Supposedly it's like a mile long, or at least it seems like it when you're walking through it. So we're just gonna keep walking around and showing you guys stuff.
So there's 4 levels, and each floor, I think it takes about a mile to walk around the whole thing. So this is kind of a full day experience.
Look at this. What is this place? That's a roller coaster.
They don't have lockers.
It goes way back there.
So this is inside the center of the mall. Right now they're not letting you in to walk around unless you have a ticket because of COVID, but normally you can walk around and see all this up close.
This store is all socks. A whole store just dedicated to socks. Shall we take a look?
Yeah, let's go. Let's look for a potato head sock.
Where's
right there.
Potato? Aw, there he is.
Do they have any Tom White socks? It's like $100 to make a teddy bear.
But it's buy one, get one.
Really? Should we make one for each other, Al?
Wow.
Here's some taco sock. Oh, avocados!
I think I have to get these.
Oh my gosh! He's so cute and flattering right here.
These are socks. We almost missed it. It comes with a comb. So this is Build-A-Bear. It's extremely popular in the US if you're not from here. And it's where you get to make your own teddy bear. You get to stuff it and pick the type that you want, pick the clothing you put on the teddy bear. So it's like one of the best gifts that you can give to kids. And so it's very popular. Look at this line. And you can see all the social distancing circles here as well. Look at this. There's a tree. A tree in the center of the mall. That shows how big this place is. They can't even go around trees. They grow them right in the middle.
So Lush was one of the stores I really wanted to go to, but I'm not going to be able to because look at the line. That's because of COVID. They only allow so many people in at a time, so you have to wait. It could be 5 minutes, it could be an hour, just depending on how long the people in the store decide to stay. So I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
This is crazy. That is a roller coaster. These are made out of Legos. Wow.
It's all good.
So this is a Lego store, but it's also like a Lego land. You'll see they have all these examples of Legos that have been built and huge structures all above. There's a transformer, dinosaurs. So look over here, you can actually pick out the Legos that you want. Pick out the colors and the sizes and the shapes, I guess.
We have the White House, where the president lives. We have San Francisco.
So it looks like kids used to be able to play here. They would play with Legos while they were waiting. Gotta get them in the mood. But now, because of COVID, it's a little dangerous to be putting your hands on a bunch of Legos and building things.
No more toys.
Look at this huge open space just blocked off. That is crazy. These are entirely made out of Legos. Transformer.
It's already almost 5 o'clock and we've only gotten through the first level of this mall, so not even half of it. And we're hungry, so we're gonna grab some food.
This place gives you a workout. Literally, I think our legs are gonna be tired after today. And we need to get some protein in us to keep going. It's like exercising going through here.
Now the hard decision of finding where we're gonna eat. There's a lot of options here. We just ordered, and the best part about eating is we get to take our masks off and breathe.
For the first time in hours and hours.
That's the longest I think I've ever had a mask on, except for flying.
All right, finally, we just got our food. Couple
Typical
burgers.
American food. Feast your eyes.
Got some fries. And mine is a poutine burger. Poutine's like a fried cheese. I think it comes from Canada.
Also,
And it's a double. Ooh.
also, because of COVID, they don't have the ketchup dispensers out, so they just give you a bunch of packets.
And then we have a avocado ranch.
Ooh, I
That's
picked that
new.
out.
Let's give it a try. Alright, very good day at the Mall of America. They're about to start closing stuff. We've been here for what?
What, 7 hours?
7 hours, and it seems like it was just a couple hours.
We didn't even see half of it, so if you come here, it's definitely a full day. Very interesting, and it's very busy with COVID.
So we're gonna go home because this has been a long day at the mall.
Please comment below, like this video if you liked it helps us out a lot.
And subscribe because we're traveling all around the world and we're sharing it all with you.
So it's time to cut this thing. Not ready for this. Okay, we're gonna get rid of this smug here.
Alex has been growing his hair throughout all of lockdown for the 6 months that we were in Peru, and now it's time for a change. So he's asking me to cut his hair.
Lindsay's never done this before, but I usually cut my own hair. So if I can do it, then she can do it.
It seems dangerous to me. I've never cut hair except for one time, and it turned into a disaster.
Let's see what we can do.
Do you guys have faith in me? Can I make him look gorgeous?
All right, get ready for the first cut.
Yeah, Alex wants me to start with the scissors, so...
Just cut a bit off of that. Oh, wow.
That's just the first cut. But I'm not doing it in any precise way. I'm literally just chopping.
Just lopping off my hair.
Luckily he has curly hair, so it's forgiving. Looking good!
Not at all. Well, we're almost there. This feels weird and it looks bad.
The aftermath.
Wow. Goodbye. So this is it. I prefer the old way, but
You do?
it'll do. Now it's time to go play in some snow. First of the year.
This will be Alex's first snowman. I'm gonna teach him how to do it. It snowed about 5 inches. Okay, let's see if the snow is sticky. First you crunch up a bunch of snow into a ball. And then you roll it. Alex, you've never done this. This is the start to our base of the snowman.
Look at that. Oh! And if you're thirsty, the best ice out there.
This isn't working.
How satisfying it is to walk in snow. It's so perfect.
What's up, guys? Now it's time for our usual Q&A.
All right, first question comes from Angela Chavez. Do you want to come back after the pandemic to Peru? So I think we're going to take some time off away from Peru just because we had 6 months there, but we do want to return one day when there's no COVID going on in the world.
When we come back to Peru, we want to make sure that it's during normal times so that we could experience it in a new way. Because we had 6 months, like Lindsey said, of experiencing it a certain way. So we don't want to go right back to it when COVID's still going on and things like that to have similar experiences. We want to see how different it'll be when the world goes back more to normal. So it might be a little while. We'll visit some other countries in between, but we're going to get back there one day and show you kind of a different perspective of it.
Also, we would like to visit Mr. Potato Head again. For those of you who don't know who Mr. Potato Head is, he is a dog that we temporarily adopted while we were on lockdown, and we found him a good home. And a lot of you have been asking how he's doing. He is doing great. Alex can attach a little video here so you can see what he's up to.
Potato. Hello. The sound of food. He just look at those tails, huh? Are they happy pups? He's so patient. Look at how sweet this is.
Next question comes from Jezebel Torres. She asks, will you have to quarantine when you leave Peru to arrive to Mexico and the United States for 2 weeks?
So we were surprised. Going to Mexico, we didn't really have to do much of anything during COVID. And same with the US. There weren't really many checks or quarantines or any of those types of things. We were very surprised that it was kind of a normal experience in that regard. I myself, with my family, had to quarantine and stay in a kind of a separate part of the house, not seeing my family for a while, at least for a couple weeks. And I had to get a COVID test when I got home. So in a way, I had to quarantine. But
self-quarantine.
It wasn't Mexico. It wasn't the United States. It was my family that made me quarantine.
But yeah, there was nothing mandatory. The only things that they had us do was we had to fill out health screenings, just saying that we had no symptoms, and they took our temperature. So pretty easy, luckily. Next question comes from Ricardo Dorador Macera. He asks, do you have any news updates on how COVID's been in your states, California, Minnesota? Do you have any relatives that have had COVID?
I don't know anybody, I don't think, that's gotten COVID.
And lately I've been hearing of kind of friends who are starting to get it. There are a lot more cases in Minnesota and Wisconsin. They just keep going up. It's not really getting better, but we don't know anyone directly who has had COVID.
Yeah, cases, from what we hear, cases are spiking all around the world, and especially around us in these states. It's kind of a hot spot right now. But still, even with that, it's just going up and up and up. We still don't know many people that have contracted it. Same with me in California. I don't think I know anybody. And even my immediate friends and family, they don't know many people that have gotten it. And from all of those, the people who have gotten it, it was not that bad. And they got over it just like a flu for a couple of weeks. So.
Last question comes from Nick Thomas asking, do you intend to set up a permanent travel bum dog charity, registered charity, as you've asked us to support you in this endeavor and you said it wasn't a one-time thing?
We've been kicking around ideas. Right now with COVID and everything going on in the world, there's just a lot that we've had to deal with as far as traveling and figuring things out. So we haven't been able to do much with this at the moment. But once we hit the road, we're hoping to think about this a little bit more and figure out a way that we can make this a bigger thing. So we still have some of the donations from you guys. Some of them went to Potato Head, some went to Street Dogs in Peru, but we still have some left over, and we're hoping to use it in the next places that we go. It's something we have to talk about once we get there.
All right, that's the end of the Q&A. If you want your question answered in a future Q&A, leave it in a comment below. Just write Q&A and your question, and we'll try to get to it. Thank you for watching this video.
Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because we're traveling around the world and we're sharing the whole thing with you. And we'll see you in the next video. In Mexico.
Michelada.
Hello. Welcome to Mexico City.